So the comment I would make about aggression is that in order to treat a dog or even manage a dog with aggressive problems, we need a product that can close the mouth and prevent injury while still having a product that can allow us to do our exposure exercises. And for that reason, the gentle leader or head halter of any type is the only thing that's going to allow us to do that properly and effectively.
Dr. Landsberg, this is Rusty, and we are having some behavior problems with him. He tends to growl when he's being examined, and he doesn't like having his nails clipped, etc.
Well, we'll try and see how he reacts now, just as a test to see what he's going to do. So why don't you hold him just so that he doesn't turn too quickly, and I'll start an examination and we'll see how he reacts. There we go. You'll see it now.
He's always been a problem. We've always had to muzzle him, and he's even growled with the muzzle on.
Well, there are going to have to be two important parts to trying to improve Rusty's behavior. The first being able to control his mouth and control him in general so that we can do our handling. The second is that if he does have a controlled mouth and a controlled head by you, you'll feel calmer, I'll feel calmer, and he'll notice that as well.
How do we go about doing that?
Well, my favorite device is a head halter. The one I use is the gentle leader. And that will be better than a muzzle because the muzzle prevents, but the head halter allows us to close the mouth, but then release as soon as he's showing appropriate behavior. So what tells me it's a good fit is that the neck strap is snug and high here, but also that it goes behind the dog's lip. Okay. On the nose loop here, you'll see that it's behind the dog's lip, and therefore it is seated well back, and we can close at that part of the mouth as well as we pull up and forward. Now, because he's still a little bit anxious and there might be a little bit of risk before you're trained on how to properly use the head halter, the idea would be to have the product put on by you, but have a professional assistant who knows how to use the product and hold it and ensure safety. So that's what I'm going to get. I'm going to get Dr. Anderson in to hold on and use it appropriately with his food rewards. Number one, you can't reward a desired behavior unless you can get a desired behavior, and the head halter does that. Number two, with the safety and the built-in ability to close the mouth, the fact that we can get a desired response means we can do it calmly but firmly and without any extra anxiety, which might make the pet more anxious. The third aspect there is that the person or stimulus or whoever is being exposed to this perhaps aggressive or jumping up dog can react more appropriately, not as anxious, because they see the dog is now under control and safely under control. Now we're going to do the exact same type of handling, and Dr. Anderson will pull on the nose for both safety and to ensure an appropriate response, and release wherever possible when the dog is behaving appropriately. So Rusty, let's see how you behave, and we'll use lots of rewards to reward desirable behavior. There's the pull because he was getting a little anxious. There's the focus and the reward of the desirable. We'll get the owner to give some food and Dr. Anderson to give some food. I'll try again. You can see how he's calmer, how he's focused, how he's safe, and how I can trust Dr. Anderson that I don't have to show any fear or anxiety because I know he's holding the product and the dog. Now, over multiple visits, I expect to change behavior. Over one visit, I simply hope to be settled enough that he can succeed and not have a bad event.
What this head collar does, it gives them an opportunity to learn that good things are going to happen, and we want to change their emotions.
And I don't like to downplay the part about feeling safe. If I feel safe and calm, I'm not going to react in a way that makes them more anxious, and you, or the owner in the long run, is not going to act in a way that makes them more anxious.
He has never had this positive of an exam. I am amazed at his behavior today.
Yes. Oh, you're so good.
There are seldom any behavior cases where a gentle leader wouldn't be helpful. Obviously, the barking cases, the aggressive cases where we need to close the mouth, control the muzzle. but also cases where we need the dog to focus and settle to get the dog to do the desired behavior so that we can reinforce it. And for that reason, most behavior cases that I see, I recommend that a head halter be put on.